Hey guys, yo, what's up? So I'm about to go see Exorcist Believer, and we're about to go leave, and I'm just waiting for my friend right now. So I'm just gonna let you know, I'm not too pumped. The second trailer did sell me, but then I heard the reviews, and then I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score. It looks pretty fucking bad for the movie, but I want to sneak this into the theaters. I have no fucking clue why, but Nutella is fucking great. No, they're not a sponsor for this video. Let's get to the movie. So, I'm still waiting for my friend. Honestly, we're gonna probably miss like 10 minutes of the movie at tops. Unless we want to stop at McDonald's. It's like fucking, I don't know. So, we're gonna miss a little bit of it. So, the first 10 minutes though, it's not too bad. We missed like the first 2 minutes of Saw X. They'll show some fucking shitty commercials. I heard this movie wasn't that great anyway, like I said. So, whatever. But, we will be missing the first 10 minutes. So, we won't know what happens. But from there, we'll review the movie. So, let's do this.
Sir, you have to do that.
Hello, can I help you? What is that, Indian?
That's Indian.
Pakistani. You should talk. You should do a speech impediment.
I already do that.
No.
Like, I'll fuck up words.
I'll take the McCafe crispy with polar.
The pumpkin spice delight.
Yeah. Or just talking a gay voice. Hey guys.
Hey guys, my name's Thane.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Dick. Get that on video too. Comment if you think I'm gay. I am email.
Hey guys, we're at the cinema.
We're at the cinema.
MILF alert.
What? Huh? Nothing, I'm just kidding. So, guys, we shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna, you know, some of my nut.
Imagine the people at this, like, fucking...
I'm gonna try to sneak this in. Fuck, I gotta take this in my fucking pocket. Dude, I should stick the fries in my fucking sock.
Or you could just put them in your coat pocket. Shit.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is probably gonna be a really shitty party.
Why do they taste so fucking mid after 5 minutes? Yeah, taste them, don't care. Alright, we're missing 10 minutes. Alright, I'll do this. Fuck. Come on.
How many do I take in?
2, 3.
I'll do 2.
Last time they let me have the drink in. Don't say nothing about that. So I'm not too worried about that. And if so, I can slam it right away. Let's watch probably the worst fucking movie I'll see this year. I don't know how I look like this, and they fucking let me in. My soda out so. My pocket feels so cozy around my nutsack. Where the fuck is this guy? He's in the bathroom, I think. So I just got out of seeing Exorcist Believer, and guys, this has to be my least favorite movie of the year. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had some issues with it. I did like the movie, okay, overall. But we're just going to talk about it, okay? Alright. I honestly had a lot of issues with it. It was alright, though. I mean, it's mediocre at best. Before the review, I just have to say this is one of the worst theater experiences. Like, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't good either. But there were these kids in front of us talking during the whole fucking movie, so I didn't actually get time to fucking sit down and think and let it settle in. So when I walked out of the theater, I was pretty damn pissed off about that. So now that I've told you that, let's get to the review. Alright guys, alright, Exorcist Believer, yeah, we got out of here. Okay, so
Not terrible.
it's not awful. I'm not gonna compare this, okay, to the Halloween trilogy, because David Gordon Green is the one who, you know the Halloween trilogy, right? The newest one? Well, he's supposed to make a whole trilogy of this movie. I just don't see how this can continue. I felt like the story got closed. Honestly, if it makes enough money, yeah, make a sequel. But I wouldn't be surprised if they never did. I would be surprised, actually, if they didn't cancel the sequels.
I thought it was okay.
I didn't mind it. I mean, I had a lot of issues. So when people say they brought back the original cast member from the OG, the Exorcist, I was like, okay, yeah, that's okay, you know, because that's what they've been doing. You know, they've been bringing back the OGs. And some movies, it's fan base. It's like fucking, you know what fan service is? I mean, they've done it in Spider-Man No Way Home. They've done it in
it worked in that movie.
Halloween. In this movie?
And No Way Home.
No Way Home? Yeah, No Way Home it did. In this movie, I felt like at first, because people said when I looked at the reviews, I had to watch it before I watched this movie for myself. I gotta say, it's not as bad as people say. It's definitely not as bad as people say. I wouldn't mind owning it on DVD. I mean, it's alright. It's probably my second least favorite of the year. It was alright. I thought it had a very good script. Would you have to agree with that?
I thought the writing was, you know, it made sense.
I think it was spot on.
It made sense, yeah.
I mean, it's better than fucking how corny the script was for Halloween Kills, but I fucking love Halloween Kills, actually. It's my second favorite Halloween film. Anyway, though, Exorcist Believer was alright. It's
more or less like an unnecessary sequel. Kind of.
I felt like the plot, because a lot of people said in the movie review that they didn't feel like it needed to be done because I feel like actually it does have some sort of connection to the original. Well, I mean, these are all new characters, but
the original was based off of a real thing.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was.
I didn't think it was. It might have. I don't know.
It was based off a real thing, yeah.
I feel like the story, like, this movie, I don't think it was unnecessary. Do I think it needed to be made? No. But it's made, so, I mean, it's alright. I think they could have continued the story from the original. Definitely.
They kind of did, but, you know, they added on to it a little bit.
Right. At least it made sense, you know? Because if they just brought back this and just had no connection, it would be unnecessary.
I mean, there was a few people in the theater that actually got frightened by the jump scare.
Dude, that was actually really funny. Like, it wasn't scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, she just shows up in the bathroom.
It's fucking disturbing, the movie, overall. But
I wasn't really disturbed by it, honestly.
Really?
It
was fucked up. It was bad shit insane at the end.
The only thing I didn't really like is when they twisted that guy's neck around.
Yeah.
I know
that was a nod to the original.
I know.
I liked that a lot.
I wasn't, like, scared of it. It was just like, I don't want to see that.
And that's the thing I can respect. I mean, 100% respect David Gordon Green for, is making references to OGs. He understands fan service. He understands that. Just like in the Halloween movies, I don't want to compare too much, but in the Halloween movies, like in Halloween Kills, he referenced Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, with the costumes. He referenced a lot of shots from the original, and that's what I can respect him for.
I can actually kind of respect him for killing off one of the kids.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm just going to go into spoilers in this video, so honestly, I'm not going to do a separate video doing spoilers because...
Too much effort.
I wasn't a huge fan of this movie. It was okay. I mean, I did like it. It just wasn't great. The direction this was going for...
Actually, watching this movie, it gave me a really good idea. Like, what if you're, like, a witch hunter, but, like, you have to choose your class of, like, Christian to be, like hunt demons down? Like,
that would be cool. They could do that for, like, the
Protestant,
sequel.
you could be Catholic, you could be, like, every, like, weird kind of Christianity, like, leader, like a priest and a rabbi or something like that, and you hunt demons down.
That would be a cool thing for
Imagine
the sequel.
that.
I think they could build off of it.
That'd be such a cool game, dude.
That would.
Like, you get to choose your class of, like, holy man, basically, and you hunt down demons and or spirits or something like that.
That would be cool.
I have to fucking write that down. That sounds amazing.
Give it to David Gordon Green.
He makes a game. It's like would it be third person or first person?
I don't know.
You know, first person would be better and more realistic. So.
I am not gonna lie though. about them bringing the OGs back. I say OGs because
I mean it worked. It's just...
At the end of the movie, the original girl who got possessed came back. It was nice seeing her again. She got old as fuck.
Old.
Yeah.
Then again, the original came out in the fucking 70s. Yeah.
It was a funny story because I actually guessed it because I was telling my art teacher, like, hey, guess what I'm seeing this Exorcist Believer this weekend. She's like, oh, that's cool. When did the original come out? And I'm like, 1973. No, that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's no way. So I went with my gut and I said, okay, I think the original Exorcist came out in 73. I was spot on. I was surprised. Yeah, so they gotta both be like almost in their fucking 80s, late 80s. Yeah, not the girl.
They would classify as gills, both of them. They did not look that old from each other. They both looked like they just came out of the crypt. Like, seriously. Like, nothing against them. I mean, getting old, it happens.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see why people got a little frustrated of why they brought the OGs back. They just felt like they brought them back just for no reason and just for fan service. Now, at first, I did not see that at all. And I actually felt like because it's the same demon from the original possessing these three girls. And I thought, that actually makes sense because then you could bring back the OG because she knows about that, right? She witnessed the exorcism. And it's just a part of the plot. Because that's a good way of bringing back the OG. It has to make sense, though. You can't just bring her back for absolutely no reason.
It is a bit contrived of how they find her.
Right. It's that. Now that I had another issue with, it was pacing with that. She kind of just fucking shows up.
Yeah.
And she's in the story.
The black preacher lady, she kind of just shows up too.
Yeah, she shows up, and it's just, I don't know. It's kind of a mess. Getting all these people together.
I do like the fact that they had like a Protestant minister.
Yeah, I did too.
And a Catholic priest.
Uh-huh.
It kind of like,
I definitely think this movie is very religious based.
Because, the guy, he finds his way back to God.
Right. And I can also respect, the script. The script is really well written. And I don't even know, I pray, but I don't say like...
I'd say overall, most of the characters in this movie, they don't really make a dumb choice.
No, not at all.
Except for the dad, and he just wants his kid back.
Except for him.
But it's reasonable.
He is the reason why his daughter died.
Yeah.
So the demons are like fucking around with them and saying that they have to choose either one, otherwise the girl's gonna die. Which I didn't think they were gonna go through. I thought they were gonna do a nod to the original where the dad gets the demon instead, and then both of the child lives and he dies. But that would have been awesome. But I don't know. It takes balls to kill off a child. That's all I gotta say in horror movies nowadays.
That's some balls. Yeah.
It's very little that happens. I didn't think she was gonna die at first, because I don't know. I thought they were gonna get her pulse back.
The main character, I knew his kid was probably gonna live, because like
he seemed like a really good father. That's all I gotta say.
And the movie is just there's a subplot with him, finding his way back to God and stuff.
I thought that was really cool too.
You know what? It's good to have a good subplot like that. Not so bad.
It just brings character.
It gives him a bit more character depth and stuff.
You remember that one part? So there are these fucking girls in the theater, okay? They were sitting like 10 seats above, but we could hear them jumping out of their fucking seat. So...
I didn't hear. I fucking seen them.
Dude, I felt like just going up behind them and then scaring the living shit out of them. I would get kicked out, 1. 2, I don't want to be a fucking random creep or something, but I wanted to do it. I thought about doing it. So... this girl in the movie is possessed, and she's like switching on lights, bing, 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 just back and forth, and she just kind of pops up next to the screen, by the black guy, and this lady, just like fucking just screams in the theater. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
This movie was, like, it took itself very seriously.
And again, it was a bit of a slow burn.
Yeah, it took its time at the beginning. But then I felt like in the middle, it kind of lost track because...
When it got to the, like, whole exorcism scene, it kind of, like, went full sended.
It went batshit insane.
Which is kind of the point.
Right. Which I expected. But you gotta earn that. And I felt like at the beginning... Yeah, you're right.
I really wish they wouldn't have used so much CGI.
Right. Slow blood visuals are also really good. It's shot just like the Halloween
visual
trilogy.
where the lady opens the door and there's just a bunch of cop cars in there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool shot.
And then her, like, puking out blood with her, like, getting raised in the eye, and the visuals. Yeah. And I thought the visuals were stunning as fucking here. Some of the best visuals I've seen probably this year.
I've seen better. It's just...
Well, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse takes that.
Well, obviously, it's a comic book style.
Absolutely. But it's just... You gotta earn that. You gotta earn the batshit insane part. It's not even that with horror movies. It's with any movie. For your climax, okay, that sounds wrong. For your third act...
It is the climax.
Yeah, technically. The orgasm. No, I'm just kidding. Oh God. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Daddy.
Daddy took my Dragon Ball.
Can I get a McMuffin, Daddy?
Okay, anyway. You have to earn the third act. Everything has to build up. You have to have your character development. I'm not a fucking director, and I know that.
The one thing I will point out is that the preacher... no, not the preacher. He's not a preacher. He's
the guy who, like, wanted to... Because he was directed by the church first.
Yeah.
The guy with the neck twist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he? Catholic? A priest.
Yeah, he was a priest.
He told them not to touch the kids. Why did he touch the kids? That sounds wrong.
That was part of the original.
Yes.
Or not? Not of the original. Sorry, I mixed up.
The neck twisting was a nod to the original.
Sorry, yeah, I messed up my words there though. That is because he was doing the ritual, not the original.
He shouldn't have touched them in the first place. Why didn't he follow his own advice? He didn't say only when you can only touch them then. He said not to touch them at all.
I also thought it was really powerful that with the black family, like when you put her mother's scarf around her, like I didn't even know what that was, and we didn't see the first 10 minutes of the movie. So, but we could assume that was something very special to that family. And when he put it around that neck and looked his daughter in the eye, he was just like, you know, you can get through this if you're hearing me. Like, that was really powerful, and that's what kept the movie kind of interesting. This movie did stay interesting as well.
Yeah.
Even though the pacing was very good at first, like you said.
I'll give it credit. I wasn't really bored through it.
It wasn't a slow burn. It was a slow burn at the beginning. It took its time. Middle, it got a little crazy bringing all these characters together, and that just kind of ruined it for me. But then at the third act, it kind of brings it back in the interest, but it doesn't fully feel like it earned.
I think there was that one scene where the Catholic priest and the minister, I think they must have been friends or something, and they got coffee or something. Cause there's a shot at the end where the minister is just there and he's sipping coffee alone.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is now just looking back at it, it wasn't a terrible written script. Because David Gordon Green is...
If you like The Exorcist, you'll like this movie.
I would absolutely agree. Yeah.
And if you're new to it, like I was, you'd probably like it, because you know, it's alright. It's okay.
What would you give it out of like a 10?
7.5.
Alright. Okay, so how I think of it, for me, out of a 5, it's a 3. Out of a 10, it's a 5. It's mid. I didn't care for it. I liked it. I had a lot of issues with it. I didn't mind it overall, though.
I only had like 1 or 2 issues with it.
Is it a movie that I want to watch again? I think
Not
around.
For a while,
I think definitely in the October month. I think I'd watch it. I would watch it.
I don't really think it's a Halloween movie.
I don't think so either, but around that time, I think I'd
like
watch
Saw. People say it's a Halloween movie, but you know, I just don't think they're Halloween movies because
well, that's because they've released every Halloween.
Yeah, it's just
actually
they don't fit the vibe. You know,
legitly, what I mean? Like they actually like Saw 6, Saw 5, Saw 4. They all came out on that day of Halloween, I believe. Maybe not the fourth one, 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah.
I just don't really think they're good Halloween movies. Like Casper, the Ghost movie. That's a Halloween movie. It's just kind of like goofy
Halloween setting. Halloween Kills I can respect for that too, because that was a Halloween movie. Have you seen the new trilogy for Halloween?
I've seen like one or two of them. Yes.
Now a lot of people didn't like Halloween Ends. I did. I'm gonna go through all those movies on my own sometime. I don't know if you want to do a feature again.
I can, yeah.
If you just probably got to rewatch the movies though. I don't mind this movie. Now, okay, let's talk about because this is supposed to be a trilogy, just like the Halloween trilogy. They brought back a lot of horror icons.
50 years to make another
movie. I know, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad that they're bringing back horror icons up on the big screen. Because think about it. You're right. It takes like 50 years to do that shit, but because of the rights and fucking public domain and shit like that. But think about it.
He did make another movie between that.
Horror movies do not do well nowadays because they're just bland, boring. I mean, Slenderman had so much fucking potential, but that movie...
It came out years after the thing was popular.
Was garbage. Oh, okay. Guys, I'm actually going to be talking about
That's a bit
Slenderman.
of a Wisconsin urban legend, too.
I know. I actually really like the documentary for that. I'd watch that on repeat a lot. Now, okay.
I remember when the original thing came out, and I was like, holy shit, that was on the news.
I knew a person actually, I think I was there with them, in a mental hospital. And I was a kid at the time. Yes, I have a bad history, guys. I was at a mental hospital once, because these girls were from Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I was up in there at Winnebago, it's a mental facility, or maybe it was a different one. Was it Lincoln Hills?
It's probably Winnebago.
Well,
I think it was closer to Winnebago.
There was a teenager section, right? I was on the little kids section, but they wouldn't allow to mix units, but every once in a while they would. And there was this teenager that would sometimes hang out on the child unit, and he said that actually the girls who stabbed were actually there.
It's actually kind of a miracle that their friend survived, honestly.
Honestly, it's terrible.
She got stabbed like, what, 20 sometimes? Yeah.
Fucking rotten hell. Honestly, I really don't care for them.
I feel bad for them.
I
know they're sick.
I'd go up to them.
They're sick in the head.
Hug.
They're like furries.
No bullshit. They're not fucking sick in the head. They're sick in the head. Okay, but not in like the dementia bullshit excuse that they used.
Like schizophrenia kind of shit.
Yeah, I know. They use that as an excuse.
My grandma, my biological grandma, my mom's side, she was schizophrenic. She tried to feed my mom glass.
That's fucked up.
And she locked my Uncle John in the closet.
You tried calling an exorcist? Oh, also they kept the Exorcist theme in here. Respect. Just straight out. That's one of the most iconic themes in history. Not as close as Halloween, but honestly, it's.
Well, I think the most iconic theme in history is probably like Star Wars. Or.
I can see that.
Like if we're going like horror movie, probably you're right.
Overall, yeah, I didn't mind this movie. This movie was fine. So.
It was not bad. It wasn't bad.
Yep.
It's just. I don't know.
5 out of 10. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.
Cheers.
got AIDS. Fuck this. I think I was possessed there for a second. Always works though.